So for people who are currently live, I wasn't really talking a whole lot, but mainly I'm just having this on so I'm able to show any Performante Premium members who currently want to take this trade as well. I'm currently short EOS on a feeler trade, and we're looking to add more here if the market presents itself with that opportunity. Added a little bit more here. I am going to notify our students. A little bit more, so our average is going to change. But we will see. And I'm pretty happy with that trade overall. Can't really expect a better entry signal. Double injection. We see a no demand candle. This candle, hopefully, if it does close bearish, will be another indication that there is no demand. There's a no demand candle right there as well, with a bearish engulfing candle after it, showing us signals of bearish pressure within the market. So we'll see what goes. Hopefully we get a nice little push to the downside. First take profit is at around a risk reward of 2.5, so we're looking pretty good for risk reward. And overall, I'm pretty happy with that entry, to be completely honest. That's all I'm looking for, is for me to be very happy with my entry, and the outcome I cannot control. All I'm trying to do is create opportunities where I have a high probability of being right, basically. So we'll see where the market goes. BTC is trying to push below our support here. Around, let's say, 49.50. Currently is not. Is actually holding this level. So if it starts holding this level, forms a lower high, and then holds it again, might be the higher low, and then we'll start trending up, and then we might not want to be holding a short at that moment. We'll have to see. But we will want to see, because right now at this moment, it was a push, exhaustion. This is a pullback, and we're looking for that next push to the downside. That is what we are speculating, that this is a push, pullback, push, pullback, push, and then it might make a lower low here, or at least test this low here, because it's already tested it once. Wouldn't be surprised if it made that second test to test these lows here. So that's what we're looking to have happen, and that's why we're not looking for crazy risk rewards of 4-1 and 5-1. 4-1 isn't crazy, but like 5-1, 6-1, that's getting pretty up there. We're looking for a little bit more of a conservative risk reward with a pretty large, wide stop loss zone, because we want to ensure that we are giving the price room to breathe, because it's such a volatile time within the markets. Lowering that risk reward a little bit, but in my personal opinion, it's still a pretty dependable trade. So we'll see how it goes. We're not going to be doing much at this moment. We've already entered the amount of money that we're wanting to risk, basically. So we're not really wanting to be adding to the position. So we set stop losses, and that's basically all we're going to be doing. So we'll see where the market goes. BTC is not making any major moves right now, but it's looking a little bit more bullish because it's holding that level of support. I don't love that, which could just gain a little bit more confidence for the buyers in EOS, which would then push the price above this little zone of consolidation, and then I'd basically be taken out of that trade. So we'll see where the market goes. Not looking super favorable at the moment, to be completely honest. I think I will lower my risk a little bit just to see where we could go. 4.8, even just to that zone, I think gives me a little bit more of a better situation in my opinion, because BTC is not looking like it's pulling down. We'll see how it goes. We were expecting a pretty quick move here, and we're not really getting it. I don't want to hold on forever for consolidation. We do see that there is reduced buy volume coming in the Bitcoin market, so that's good to see in terms of a decreasing amount of demand. Initial risk is there. I'm going to leave it where it is. I've accepted the risk where I've put it. Don't want to get stomped out on a small little wick here. It'd be nice to reduce a little bit of risk because we've established this zone as a very strong level of resistance. So if we pass it, there's a strong chance that we'll just continue, because I'm sure there's a decent amount of people who have entered here. But I think I will move it down a little bit. Maybe just like to around here. Maybe a little bit higher. 4.5, 4.6, let's say. Yeah, I'm happy with that zone. So giving quite a bit of room. Because of the volatility, you want to ensure that you are going to get filled in your positions. So you definitely want to be making sure that you are giving a little bit more room on the spread because of the volatility, because of the increased movement in price. You want to be ensured that you're going to get filled when your stop losses, if your stop losses do get triggered. BTC is seeing a pretty big move up here. Not seeing that throughout the rest of the markets, but if you see the Binance Exchange, we see that there's a decent spike here in volume and price here. Pretty big rejection back down, but we do see that there is more buy volume coming in, and it does look like there is less supply in the market coming into the market, just looking at the volume on the 5-minute and 15-minute. Well, not really on the 15-minute because there's no real candles here, but looking at this zone right here, does look like there's a little bit of lack of supply, but we'll see how this candle closes because that's a major wick to the upside. If it closes red, if it closes bearish, that's a pretty big rejection candle, and the previous candle would be a no demand, a pretty good one actually, because of the retracement back down, leaving a wick, and the reduction in volume here, with the two candles prior seeing more volume. So we'll see how this closes. We don't want to put our biases on the market, but we did lower our stop loss a little bit, which I will notify within the Performante Premium members. So I will take a quick snip and then discuss the move from here to now here. All right. So now we're at around 4.6-ish risk instead of our initial, which was, let's see here, 5.7. So quite a bit of a reduction here, which is good. Still giving that price room to breathe, but at this point, it's really solidified this area as a resistance. So we see a lot of wicks here, a lot of people entering. It's not going to break this zone. I think if it's not going to go down, I don't really want to be in it if it starts moving up here. And I'll take the small L and then just move on with my trade or move on with my day and then look for potential other opportunities. But even from the get-go, I was a little bit more risk adverse trading today because of the volatility, because of the major swings here. So I'm trading a little bit less today. Still wanted to get in the markets because this does look like a decent trade here. We see lots of sell pressure within the markets here. We do see more sellers than buyers within the couple candles, but BTC is moving towards the upside as we can see, and it's not really seeing a whole lot of sell pressure in the markets, but we'll see how this 15-minute candle closes. We're just about to close this 5-minute candle here. We got about a minute left. So we'll see how it closes. We'll see the price action within the next 5-minute candle, which would probably determine how our EOS trade will go. Right, so the 15-minute candle closed green, a little bit more buy volume than the sell volume, but looking at the 5 and 15-minute chart, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of buyers who are really interested just yet. We don't want to make that assumption too quickly, but from how the price action currently looks, it's not looking too favorable for the bulls, which is good for our trade overall. But we are going to want to see how this plays out. Let's just change this zone right here. I'm just moving a chart on a different monitor. So we'll see how it goes. Already entered everything we want. We've basically set the trade plan. And now all we do is wait. I am in as well, Z said. And I will give him an okay on that one. Does it say a way to practice trade with demo money on VID10? Does it say a way? All right, so not much left to do. If the price does make it back to our support here, I'm going to move the stop loss just above that entry point, so I've greatly reduced my risk. Looking at risk rewards, at that zone, we're not really looking at a great risk reward, only looking at 2.1, so ideally I'd want to see it crack and then push down to this next zone here. Risk reward of 2.5 it was when we had our initial risk. We always have to assume our risk rewards when we have the max risk on. So then obviously we are consistent with our risk reward. So that's a risk in a 2.5. We'll see how the price reacts to these zones. Ideally, I want to take a decent amount of profit at this area. If it does break further, that's great, but a risk reward of 2.5 for a significant majority of my position. Obviously, I will never complain about 2.5 is a pretty damn good risk reward. So we'll just continue and patiently wait for EOS to potentially drop further. We are going to give the price room to breathe, not move my stop loss too quickly down, and basically just try to... Oh shit, I just fucking closed out one of my my BTC charts here. My Bitfinex chart on the 4-hour. Oh god, that looks gross. Now let's just refine this and get it back to what it was, because I like this chart quite a bit and I like that 4-hour. So let's zoom out, get our ascending zone that we know we have, starting from around here. There we go. And then also that double bottom, that support that we had right around here. Not going to be perfect, but it's just to signify that level of confluence that we have. And then we can draw in our support right here, support right here, support right here. And then we got our 6K level of resistance that we currently have. Excuse me. So that's basically the 4 hour, kind of basically what it was at before. See how our trade's going. Not too bad. It closed down, so that's good. That was definitely a bearish candle with decent amount of volume coming into the market. So that's a good thing for us. It signifies that there is strength from the sell side coming into the market, which is good obviously for our short trade because we want the price to go down in value. So yeah, like again, there's nothing else to do right now. Staying patient is vital as a trader. We're not going to try to force the market to do anything. We have no idea how it's going to get from point A to point B. We're just trusting in the process and trusting in our skills, our ability to assess the probability of a certain situation. So I'm going to get a little quick bite to eat. I will keep this live on just because if anyone has any questions, I think I might actually talk to this one person on Discord. Hello? Also, for the people on YouTube, I'm just calling someone from our student list because he's having some troubles understanding what paper trading is and kind of how to go about paper trading on our Excel sheet. So it's just something that we do have to discuss. Just seeing how much we're up here. Not much, but yeah. Percent 50. Obviously nothing really to really be interested in basically, but just out of curiosity, and the person is not answering. All right, well, Bitcoin is looking like it's gaining some buy volume, holding this level of minor level of support here. We do want to ensure that we are just carrying the momentum, and obviously there is a decent amount of sell pressure within the market, and we've curved, potentially creating a nice push down here. I'm still happy with the overall trade. Not going to do anything with it. BTC is seeing a little bit more buy volume coming into the market, more than we'd like, but you know, overall the trade is still coming into exactly what we're thinking of in terms of the trade plan. You know, it's pushing down, it's holding, and we have no idea how it's going to get from here to here. We just know that we're trying to manage risk. We know we're going to get out here, and we want to take a decent amount of profits here. And from this to this, we have no idea. It's not going to go straight down. It's going to go here, and might come back up. It'll go down, and might come back up, and then it's inevitably going to go back down here. So we got to understand that we can't control the market. We just have to try our best to manage the trade after finding the highest probable situation for a certain situation that we're looking to enter in. All right, so it's just a matter of BTC is going to break this zone or if it's going to hold this little level of support here. That is the question. And it's going to be this little zone right here. Just going to incorporate that into this price action. And if we get that, well then, you know, that's the only thing holding it from this zone to break and retest these lows here at around 42. So we'll see how it goes. It's looking like a potential double bottom. It just needs to crack and start that momentum to touch those zones again. And then hopefully that pushes the EOS price to our level to take profit there. So we'll see how it goes. Not seeing a significant amount of buy pressure right now from EOS, but you know, BTC is holding a level of support. So we're going to stay calm, cool, collected, and just be very patient. I'm like a broken record, but it's very true. All right, so I'm gonna get some stuff done. Actually, after I'm gonna eat first, and then I'm gonna get some stuff done. So if you've got any questions, just drop them in the YouTube comments. I will be periodically looking at them. But until next time, happy trading. I think what I will do before is lower my risk a little bit more because BTC is pushing up. If it breaks that zone, I'm definitely thinking it will start to break upwards here because it's going to hold this level of support. We got 1 test, 2 test, 3 test. And if this closes green, that's looking pretty good for the bulls. And I want to reduce my risk in case of anything happening. Not a crazy amount, but just enough. So if it does break our previous high that we were holding, I don't want to get taken out here because obviously BTC, you can see, is seeing a decent amount of volume coming into the market. So we're seeing a push up here. BTC definitely seeing more buy volume coming into the market. Might close this trade off here a little bit short, reducing my risk a little bit more. We'll see where this candle closes, but BTC does look a little bit stronger here with where it currently is. Got the 5 or 15 minute candle to close, next 15 minute candle present. And we did close right at that zone, so we are still respecting it below, but we're seeing increasing buy volume and decreasing sell volume, which is exactly the opposite of what we're looking for, which is obviously not ideal. So we are looking to see if it pushes up anymore. We already got a stop loss at that zone. I'm thinking of reducing it a little bit more. Let's just see if it's gonna hold here. Okay, so let's just see how this looks. And stop loss. It's a little bit reduction in the risk, 3.77. Now we are seeing that push try to get above that zone. We can see, but as of right now, we're still not able to break above it, but we're nearing it very, very close here. So if it hits us, it hits us. It's fine. I am going to say I move my stop loss up a little bit just so we are reducing our risk, so everyone knows. Has it taken me out yet? Nope, has not taken me out yet. So I'll still let everyone know that I'm thinking of reducing my risk here just to the high. Okay, so that was a loss. That happens, not the end of the world. Gonna write it in my journal because that's very, very important. Pretty quick trade. Started at basically noon and it's about basically an hour right now, so you know, not a crazy long trade, but that's okay. Reduced our risk, which was really good. Our initial risk was at 5.7 and we got it down to 3.7. So that's pretty good in terms of risk reduction. Happy about that. Okay, so very manageable loss. I'm very all right with that loss. I'll take that loss any day of the week. I'm very okay with that. Pretty good risk parameters. You know, we were trying to get that next leg down for this is the lower high, and we were looking for that next lower low. Just looking at market structure here. Why are we looking for short here? You know, this is a high, this is a low, this is a lower high. We're looking for that lower low to come in. That slam sort of idea. That was the plan, and we did have pretty good confirmation here with not only just the break of this zone from support into resistance, we also had the anchor point, we had one touch, and we had another touch right before we actually broke it. So we had 3 touches, making it a potentially dependable zone, and then we respected it very, very well with many injections of sell pressure coming into the market, validating this as a nice level of sell sensitivity. So In my opinion, it was a pretty good overall trade. Why did we cut it short here? Mainly because we didn't get it even to this zone. We got such a short, quick hold and then a push back up. That just, to me, shows me that there's more buy pressure within the market, right? So we didn't even hit to the zone. We just went right back. So in my honest opinion, it's not like we're instantly going to be looking for longs, but, you know, like we talked about, we said reverse head and shoulders, and, you know, let's see what it does here, because this actually could be, in my opinion, an opportunity for a long here. I know some people are super against that because obviously we're in a very bear market, but, you know, we're not looking for unlimited gains. We're looking for our risk rewards, and we're looking to get out of the market, so it makes sense for us. The 15-minute didn't really work with the chart. I think the 1 hour works a lot better with the overall chart, so we'll stick and see what that does. BNB, nothing really interesting. EOS, nothing really I really find super interesting. XRP is a good one because it's just a straight horizontal zone. It's pretty easy to understand where our breakout point is, so that's good to know. I'll keep that there. Yeah, I'm very alright with that loss, to be completely honest. Didn't go our way, but, you know, we got exposure in the market when we thought we should have. We got out when we should have. We managed our risk very, very well. We sized it down. I definitely classify that as a trade management. We gave the price a little bit of room to breathe, but inevitably we did try to reduce that risk when we did have the price go a little bit our way. So trade management, I'm just going to do my comments here. Okay, so I got all that done. Take a final picture after. PTC's not looking bad. I'm definitely not looking to really enter at this point. That to me was the trade of the day. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the YouTube live here because that was a trade that did not work. What's up? BTC's trend looks like. BTC's trend looking like right now. Sup? Is this Keith or Mitch? This is Keith. Currently, we do not have any exposure in the market. We are just waiting for the price to kind of give us a little bit better of an indication. We did have a failure to make the second low. We were looking to see if the price was able to make that second low for the double bottom. We actually made a higher low, and it looks like we're gaining some buy pressure right now in the 1 hour chart. So if we do see the price try to retest this zone again and then a hold and then start make a higher low again, that could create an ascending triangle pattern on the 1 hour. But for now, we're just in a range. We just created a nice higher low, and if we're able to hold the previous low right there, we'll hold an ascending triangle, but for now we're not really going to be entering the market. We were just about to close this YouTube live. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below or ask us on Discord and we'll be sure to answer you. Thank you very much for tuning in, and until next time, happy trading.